Good afternoon, everyone. I hope all of you are doing well and enjoying the insightful learning journey of this FDP. I am Dr. Amir Junaid Ahmed, Secretary of the AMI Association, and I'll be the session coordinator for day three. So it is a pride, privilege to welcome all the participants, faculty members, researchers, academicians, and professionals to this third day of our FDP. The topic is AI-enabled outcome-based education for academic excellence in higher education. A very relevant topic for all of us. So over the last few days, last 2 days, we have explored the foundation of outcome-based education, its alignment with the NEP 2020, and the formulation and mapping of learning outcomes. Today, we move into one of the most exciting and transformative areas in higher education, the role of artificial intelligence in reshaping teaching, learning, assessment, and student engagement. Artificial intelligence, as we all know, is no longer a futuristic concept. It is already influencing how we create content as a academician, how we analyze learning outcomes, we personalize learning experiences, and support academic decision making as well. So, as educators, it is now a responsibility to understand both the opportunities as well as the challenges that AI presents, so that we can harness its potential ethically as well as more effectively. So, today we have two eminent speakers who will guide us through these important dimensions of AI in education. It is my privilege to introduce our distinguished resource person for the first session, Dr. M. Lakshmi Jyoti. She is Assistant Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Knowledge Institute of Technology. Dr. Jyoti is a highly accomplished academician, researcher, AI enthusiast whose work lies at the intersection of artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, and educational society and technologies. She also holds a PhD in computer science and engineering with research focusing on innovative resource constrained IoT and edge computing solutions for educational environments. Her contribution to innovation is reflected through multiple published patents, including inventions related to machine learning based facial emotion detected using CNN, IoT enabled smart security systems, intelligent waste management solutions, and deep learning approaches for EEG signal processing. He is also an accomplished author with technical books on Python programming, machine learning, and data science, contributing significantly to technology, education, and skill development. As a researcher, mentor, keynote speaker, senior member of IFERP, and lifetime member of ISCE, Dr. Laksh Jyoti continues to inspire students and faculty members through her dedication to innovation, research excellence, and lifelong learning. Today's topic is artificial intelligence in higher education, opportunities, challenges, and ethical consideration. I am confident that her session will provide valuable insights into how AI is transforming her education, higher education, and how educators can responsibly embrace these emerging technologies. Uh, let me just give me 1 minute. Let me check the yes. I'm confident that her session will provide valuable insights into how AI is transforming higher education and how educators can responsibly embrace these emerging technologies. Ma'am, we are honored to have you with us. I now invite you to kindly take over the session. And one important note I'd like to add, ma'am is a life member of the AMI Association as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for such brief introduction about me, and also emphasizing that I am the member of AMI association as well. And shall I share my screen, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
I hope the entire screen is visible now.
Yes, ma'am. We can see your screen.
Okay, okay. So yes, let's begin with what we are going to see today on AI in higher education, challenges, opportunities, and ethical considerations that we need to emphasize on when we are in such a particular bigger platform transforming the younger generations of today's and the next coming generations as well. And before that, I'm in Nakshika Jyoti. As a sir briefed, I am an assistant professor who's working in Knowledge Institute of Technology from Salem, Tamil Nadu. And yes, let us begin. So I would like to just point out here with this particular presentation that we are not going to study what AI technology is, but we are going to just see on how we can use AI effectively for our own set of needs and demands. And if you see here, we mostly can picturize most of the things about AI because we are familiarized with AI, the types of AI, different things that are happening in AI in various applications in various other fields. But when we are coming around the real potential of AI, in particular to education system, we are in a very starting or the initial stage. So we have to get patched up to move on with the same fastening speed and let us start transforming the AI revolution in the higher education as well. And if you can just resonate here, we are standing in the center looking for a particular uh, pathway through which we have to focus on what are the different kinds of opportunities that are there with AI in higher education, as well as with the risk and challenges that are there combined with the application of AI in higher education as well. So before we move on that, we have to think about how academic excellence can be made in the higher educational sector. We have come across many various other systems like OBE, where we have come across outcome based education through which is the destination of how we can transform the life of every single student in the Indian academic institutions. And if we are looking for various kinds of opportunities in the higher educational system, it can be like personalized learning modules, success charts, sophisticated research labs, smart classrooms, etc. And if you can look for some kinds of challenges that you can see, there are loss of critical thinking, over dependence on the AI tools that you are using, and hallucinations, and many other things that are pointing to have some vulnerable threats of how we can sincerely and effectively use AI for our own benefit. So generally, we try to make focus on a particular tool called ChatGPT. But before that, there are so many things that are there behind or below the water of ChatGPT because we actually use ChatGPT only for creating contents, creating chatbots, and some other document generation for our own uh, academic materials or resources. But below that, there are so many other things that we have to again focus on. So, with that, I will also just summarize on various other myths and the realities with how we are resonating with that particular AI in our higher educational sector. We are fearing that AI will be replacing human jobs because we think that AI will be able to do whatever the things that we can do. So it is absolutely a reasonable fear that if it is going to replace us as humans as well as the tutors in the higher education sector. And if the content that is created by AI is 100% accurate and authentic, and if you can see if an AI based data is generated in online, whether it is dangerous or it is uncontrollable, right? And then we have to see whether you want to be a coder and you want to understand what AI is. So only if you can be a coder, you can understand AI is what is the natural myth against or among the people in the educational sector. And is there anything magical or mysterious something that is happening with AI? So this is what is the common myths that are traveling around us with regards to AI application in higher education. But in the reality, we can see that AI is an augmented human ability. It tries to automate the task that we are trying to do in repetitive manner that can be just automated so that we will be having so many time to focus on productivity as well. And AI can make mistakes. As AI is built on some kind of logic through which it has been trained on some pre trained data, but still it can make so many mistakes because it is a just pattern based guessing application or a system. And AI is a tool or not a threat. AI is actually a technology that through which there are so many other tools that are created, but it is not a threat for us. We have to think how it can be efficiently and ethically used for the use of our own purpose. AI is for everyone. Yes, we actually need the use of AI with the help of understanding the literacy. The literacy level of how we have understood AI is what is going to make us how we are going to replace it, or the people who are in the fear of getting replaced by AI based jobs. And AI is built on data and logic, not on magic. So we have come across many things in AI. So before that, let us see the few of things that we have to summarize on what the different flavors of AI are. So now we are currently in the part of narrow AI. And there are something called generative AI, agentic AI, artificial general intelligence, and artificial super intelligence. Now, in many other sectors, from narrow AI, generative AI, agentic AI, and AGI, all these sectors have been explored and started using them on execution. But in the higher education sector, its application is very in the initial stage. We have not yet transformed our exploration from narrow to the other next sectors. So in narrow AI, if we can particularly focus on different kinds of examples or use cases, it can be recommendation algorithm, learning analytics, LMS automation, customer service chatbots, and attendance system. So these are some kind of applications that have already been explored and started execution in many of the universities across India for the benefit of the educational culture. And next comes the generative AI. So in generative AI, it tries to create so many contents and resources basically for having it own generated based on the custom set of the inputs that we are giving for it to generate. And then comes the agentic AI. It is a particular set of AI like agents. It will be a full-fledged AI application or the product that it will try to do all the different set of work as an assistant from start to end to make it easily available with a simplest repetitive automation so that it will be easy for us to focus on mentoring the students in the proper manner. And then comes the artificial general intelligence. So here it will try to replicate how a general human thinks. So this is what is called as artificial general intelligence. Apart from that, we have something called as artificial super intelligence, which is just a theory. It is not yet been created or explored. So we had good news is we have some particular amount of years to skill up before AGI generation disruption occurs. But we are still in the major initial stage and we have to patch up and fasten it so that we will be quickening it up to the academic fasten process. So we have come across so many things, but where the crisis lies, the gap. The higher education is not in the level of using that particular AI for its own revolution. So, what are the difficulties that it is going to face in a traditional education transformation? So, the curriculum revision cycle is mostly 3 to 5 years. So, when it is getting outdated, then it will be difficult for us to match the gap with the industrial market, the demands from the industry, from the student side, the readiness of students with the job market. So, and then we have to think how the students will be employable in the job market, because if you can check on the statistics, over 42.6 graduates are being employable in today's job market as told by Global Employability Report in 2024. And if you can see in industry and emerging technologies, there are various other things. Every week they are doing something rapid to adapt it for the industry needs. Every new technology emerges and they will be having evolution on different kinds of tools and frameworks to make it fit for their own set of new technologies for their own updated features. So we have to make sure that all have been included in the higher educational curriculum for them to understand the particular scenario or the framework that they are going to use and again use them for their own job readiness level. And with that, we have to also think on AI and ML job readiness. We can see that over 46.1% of graduates are already ready for AI and ML roles. But still, we find it how difficult it is for them again to patch up with all these kinds of revision cycle that is happening with all the fastened tools and frameworks that is coming day by day. So the basic future demand tools include AI and automation, where it is for automating difficult and repeated tasks, and then it is for cloud and data infrastructures, and we have to check on the cyber security level, software development as a AI and ML developer, and data science and analytics as a data scientist or business scientist, and then digital skills, how we are going to create content creation with that, and then with that how they are going to explore their own future careers according to that. So it is needed for the higher education to look and have a focus on how this can be made as a basic rule, how they can fix the gap between the curriculum and the industry gap that is already available. So if it is not done in the proper manner, we will be falling behind in the future. So there are various such opportunities that are in higher education, because we have different set of modules where we can use AI in teaching, we can use AI in learning, we can use AI in student success and in administration and in research. So there are different kinds of wings or modules or the sections or departments. Everywhere we can use AI effectively for the own benefit of the different set of compartments that they need to excel on, particularly for higher education. And if you can see on challenges, we can think of something like we are going to guide students to have a knowledge on what is going to happen when they are going to use AI effectively and ethically and also responsibly. If you can see what are the different kinds of challenges that we face when using AI are AI hallucinations, overdependence, academic integrity concerns, digital divide, and loss of critical thinking. So what are AI hallucinations? We tend to use AI to generate so many answers for us, but we do not know whether the given answer is correct or not, or it is a false content. Even AI does not know whether the given set of content is a falsified content or it is an authentic one unless we ask it for. And overdependence. So people, particularly students, when they try to go along with AI for so many kinds of resources to learn something, they tend to be overly dependent on AI tools to access it for so many types of resources for either writing assignments or for doing some kind of preparation or for doing some solving problems or any projects. For everything, they try to depend on AI for everything they do for the academic curriculum path. And then academic integrity. So when that comes to the picture, the major concern is how we are going to identify whether the given academic content is real from the student side or with human related content. The digital divide. How we are going to have the phase between the line, the intersection between how human as well as the digital sector is going to be united and synchronized in correlation with the higher education. So, as we all fear, when we are over dependent on such kind of AI tools, the process of critically thinking and solving any kind of problem or learning something is fading in such a manner that we do not actually know what is the boundary limit beyond which we have to stop using the AI tool. So these are various challenges that we have to concentrate on when we are trying to use AI, particularly in higher education. So if we can see, we have talked about what AI, the flavors of AI, right? And we have also seen the different kinds of opportunities, the challenges, everything we have seen. But we have to think what we have to actually do towards using AI for. Before that, a single problem that arises for everyone here is how we are going to talk to that particular AI tool, right? How we are going to understand, how we are going to communicate it to the same way how the AI system can understand, how we can make ethical and responsible, and only with that we can have a authentic AI and the assessment can be done accordingly. For that, we have to first make sure we have some broader and strong foundation knowledge on AI literacy. We have to have the understanding of how we can give the data to the AI so that we can have the set of picture that we have in your mind to be given to the AI and get the same level of output from the AI system. And then comes the prompting. You have the understanding how AI works, but how we are going to do that is how we are going to talk to that AI system. We have so many languages to ourselves to communicate. As well, AI also has something called as prompting. So prompting is nothing but the language that AI tools, particularly these AI based systems, can understand. This is what is the module through which we can control these kinds of AI tools for our higher educational content creation or something we use it for our own higher educational system. We have to again think of how we can effectively create a prompt so that the right set of output will be created based on the structured level of inputs that you have given to that particular AI engine. Apart from having the understanding and then having the language set up to converse with that particular AI tool, we have to think that how responsibly you can use AI for. We have to be so responsible that we are going to use AI with some fair usage so that it is not biased and the privacy of the sensitive information or the information that is there shared in the AI tool is not being shared, it is private, protected, and the transparency level of the same has been ensured. Once the AI prompting is done and you have fixed it with an proper ethical consideration, and then you have to check on the evaluation part where there comes the judgment from the human person, an educator or a researcher or a student, whoever it will be, whatever you have done with the AI tool, from understanding, controlling, and ethically deriving your prompts, and you have to check, assess how that particular AI tool has created the content for you, whether it is valid or not, aligning to the outcomes that you want it to be used in your higher educational sector, whether it is your course curriculum or it is your lesson plan or is it your rubrics, everything matters when you have to create with assessment and evaluation. So I had told that we had to have some basic understanding of what prompting is. So prompting is nothing but the language that we actually try to use to talk to the AI tool. So every AI tries to communicate with us the same kind of thing called prompt, like the language. But there is some other thing that is hidden with every prompt that we use. That is nothing but sustainable prompting. I think that you would have come across something called as green AI or green prompting. If you have not come across that, try to understand that whether you are trying to create a prompt for any kind of your personal work or for your higher education sector or anything that you want to generate, keep in mind that every prompt that you're trying to create counts, where it is going to absorb or consume so much amount of energy, so much amount of your power, your water resources, everything matters when you're trying to create everything using an AI tool. Because whatever the thing that you're generating as prompt, for a single prompt, it has to again consume so many levels of liters of water to make that particular prompt to go to the server and then get back the set of outputs for you to generate. So it is very essential for us to check whether the prompt that we are creating is sustainable in the longer run. The goal of creating a prompt is not only to make it a good prompt, but also to make it a greener prompt. So when you have a broad prompt, suppose we are trying to create something as an assignment that you have to provide for the university students, then the data that you're going to consume with the data servers that are there in the cloud, and then the level of input which is to generate for that AI tool to generate, and it is not up to the level you are trying to regenerate for 3 times, 5 times, 10 times, and it is not again giving you the set of optimal input that you need to create. And with the higher level of regeneration counts, it always matters of wasting your own set of natural resources that you are having with your own self. So we have to keep in mind that whenever we are trying to create a prompt, it should be sustainable as well for the benefit of us as well. So how a good prompt will look like is it will be efficient enough to use. We have to think if an resources is provided by the AI tool, it has to be verified. It can be verified by the human, and the outcomes from it will be greener in the manner that the powers will be minimalistic and it can be easily verified, and it is also sustainable. As I earlier said that we have something called as good prompt and bad prompt. We people mostly have used AI in such a manner that we just write only one line of code or one line sentence to ask AI to produce whatever we want or whatever is there in our mind. But it is just a guess. If you give a bad prompt, the AI will just guess and give you something irrelevant of what you have in your mind to exactly give us an output. But if you give a good framework prompt, then you will almost get whatever you had in your mind to almost the same level of output, but there will be some minute changes that you have to do and get your final output as the good output generated content. So there is a difference between bad and the good prompt. If you have good prompts, AI will make use of it and assist you in what you can do. If you give a bad prompt, AI will just give you some guessed answers through which you will again go for various regeneration, but still you will not get the optimal output that you want to receive. So here I have given two examples. So you can just use this kind of prompt, the one in the above, like act as a particular role. You just give the role, right? Act as a expert tutor, explain, teach, quiz, or coach something. It can be anything, like you are going to teach something on Python programming or something relevant to AI, whatever it can be. And then for whom? The audience, the target audience to whom you are going to teach the same set of knowledge or the generation of that particular content, and based on whatever the context, based on what context you want to create that particular content, and then you have to provide the output as a particular example so that it will give you a good structured prompt and the structured output from which you can make some changes for your own customized need. The below is the one example that I have created based on this particular plug and play template, where you have to first write act as a expert tutor, and then I have given as teach Python programming for first year engineering students. So I'm going to teach something for the first year engineering students. They are the target audience, and I'm going to teach Python programming. And what it is to be based on, what are the context on, or the structure through which you're going to make the process to work on. That is Python fundamentals, including variables, loops, and functions. And then comes the output. So we are going to summarize on the list of outputs that you have to have for that particular material, like simple explanation, real world explanation, or the examples, practical or the practice questions that you want to have for it, and the level of quick and easy quizzes that you have to have beside that to test their knowledge. So this is how you can differentiate between a good and the bad prompt. If you can ask what will be the exact bad prompt for it, is generally we try to write as generate or write or explain something on Python programming. This is what we actually or generally try to do with this particular concept. So this is what is the strategy that we have to actually focus on. So as I said, that every time we try to create something using AI tool, it is going to consume so many things with our natural resources with respect to energy and the amount of power that we have, and then the amount of water supply that is there used with the data servers as well. So for example, if you have one AI action, it will really cost a full charge smartphone energy. So if you have a class of 30 people, laptop charge daily that you are going to have will be used to create an AI image. A single AI image tries to consume over a latter charge consumption energy daily in process. Again, if you can see, if you are trying to create 100 ChatGPT queries, it will try to consume the 1 kilometer car drive consumption level towards what we are going to create against that query too. And if you are trying to use some kind of videos, then again, it will cost you the whole bill or the electricity bill that it will be charging in your home appliances. So this is how it is going to cost you for everything that you do with your AI generation tool. Again, this is what I said earlier, that if you are using AI, it is going to consume over few milliliters of water, right? For creating any kind of brainstorming question, then it will cost students their ration supply. And then if you are creating a AI content for 30 students daily, then it is going to charge over a 22 liter of water, which is going to be consumed for a whole set of a village that is to be used in the daily basis. So if we are using GPT-3 train, so here now it comes GPT-4 and 5, and if you are using GPT-3 as the training level, it is going to consume whole of the water level that is there in the river Ganga. So this is how impactful it is, how we are utilizing AI without knowing the impact of it towards our usage. So with that, I would like to ensure that whenever you are using AI in higher education, we have to think whether it is greener and it is responsible and it is ethical. So greener in the sense, was AI used efficiently? The prompts are given with a good prompting structure. Responsible, was the content which was generated is verified and it is not with any biased levels, or it is accessible by everyone. The privacy of the protected data is ensured and the values of every single individual has been noticed and visible. So everything comes into matter when we are trying to use AI into the higher educational picture. So this is what I said. So if we are trying to give a very vague prompt, then you're going to waste so much of energy for the particular AI generation tool to use it. So everything that you try to regenerate, you're going to waste so much useful amount of money that are there for you as the natural resource. And only not that, it will not end up with that particular alone. When we're trying to generate something and the level of output or the content that is generated is just a copy paste, if you not verify it clearly, factfully, then again it will give you a level of falsification in the information that is given to you. And also it has to be verified whether the resource that we are going to use is fair enough for all the people to access and it is under the level of unbiased situation for everyone to use for their own content creation. So here, green AI is nothing but efficient and purposeful use. Responsible AI is how we are going to verify it as the human controller, and ethical AI is how we are going to responsibly check whether it is accessible by everyone, fair enough, without any unbiased rules. So if it is done efficiently, then the resources are maintained it is sustainable, and whatever the output generated, it is again verified by the human. Everything is accessible by everyone, and again, it is inclusive of fairness as well. So this is what is the strategy when you try to create a prompt, that is GRE strategy: green AI, responsible AI, and ethical AI. So here I have just given a particular example of how a typical AI prompt will look like. I have given a prompt like create a case study assignment on AI in higher education for first year engineering students. Include Bloom's analyze level questions, a rubric, and activities that can be implemented using freely available tools. So if you can just analyze this particular prompt with respect to the GRE strategy, when the output is generated, you can see and review the facts that are there. You can again try to customize your rubrics. Since it is using a freely available tool, it is ethical as well, and you're going to use it and check it from the student level point of view. And again, you are going to train the students to use the same AI engine for their own assignments that they are going to use. And then if you look for the analysis part from the GRE strategy, green AI, you are going to check for the prompt, and the generation of the output will be minimal because you are not going to go for repeated regeneration. Responsible AI, where you are going to check whether the given content is authentic, and then you're going to check against ethical responsibility if it is transparent enough so that you can question it again how it has created the content and it is fair enough to be used and accessible by everyone. If a particular prompt is in such a manner that it is passing this particular strategy, then you can say that particular prompt is a very strong and a better prompt to create and explore as well. So till here we have seen so many things on what is AI, the flavors of AI, how it can be used with different kinds of AI types like AGI, ASI, and we are still in the narrow side, how we can bridge the gap between industry level and then the higher education with respond to the job market and the industry readiness. And then we have seen on what is prompting, what is good prompt and what is the bad prompt, how it can be done sustainable, ethical, and responsible. So now here comes the picture of AI based OBE. So what AI based OBE is, we have seen what OBE is, outcome based education. So this OBE is the blueprint or the architecture that you are going to use it for creating whatever the contents that you have to use, make your students as the industry ready market job role students. So in OBE, we have to see the academic excellence, focusing on course outcomes, program specific outcomes, attributes, and the goals, whatever it is there to create the destination of your student being a job ready. So with that, there are so many kinds of use cases that can have researchers accessing the materials and using them in the classroom level. We have knowledge on various kinds of content that are generated that you can experiment in your own set of laboratories. Then the assessment comes with your data that is generated. You are going to create your own set of rubrics, customize it so that you are going to test the higher order level thinking of your students, not just relying only on the contents that are there generated by the AI tool. So this is what is the prime focus of any AI based OB system has to look like. So when it comes to academic excellence, we have to think right how we can make use of generative AI recommendation systems, intelligent tutoring systems, agentic AI, the automatic workflows that we can use inside our every different compartments like curriculum designing, like rubrics assessment, student assignment planning, COPO mapping, like everything for that you can use agentic AI for recommendations as well. And then again, defining and creating various other academic tools. So this is where AI fits. In the higher educational culture, there are various forms of AI that we have come across, right? So whatever I have shown in the previous slide on different kinds of codes, if you can see on predictive AI, you can look on creating an application or a tool to identify the students who are at the higher risk of dropping out from the higher educational culture. You can create something like predicting the students' success trends, based on which we can find out how we can plan for the next level of students who are again taking part in the academic session. If there are something difficulties there, we can try to make some interventions in that so that everything is patched up again matching with the industry level readiness of the students for the job market. Then comes the recommendation AI where we can create something like personalized learning paths where every student is different in their own set of potential, every student's learning pace is different, every student's understanding level is different. So based on their own set of personality development, we have to understand their own journey and they can tailor their own course suggestions using the OBE, that is outcome based education framework for their own upskilling strategy. And then comes the level where we can have the tool to match the needs of every individual student. Once it is done efficiently, then we can again opt for something called as learning analytics AI. We have to think on how we can track how the outcomes of every student has been attained, how they are engaged, how it can be measured through the levels of rubrics or the metrics that we have to be using, and the quality of the content through which they have been accessed. Everything can be analyzed through some particular dashboards that we are creating. Then comes the agentic AI. So whatever I told as the workflows, the automatic workflows, for any kind of repetitive task that we want to create in the higher education, for that we can focus on agentic AI. Like we are going to do some documents creation like lesson planner. So you can create some a constant or a set of typical system template for course planner or for generating the syllabus that can be again automated by giving some customization in that particular workflow. If there are something that you have to achieve towards administration level management, that can also be automated with this kind of agentic AI workflows. Then comes the generative AI, where you can create your own set of lesson plans, you can create rubrics, create their activities and assignments and their projects. You can have different set of question banks generated for them. You can have different set of study levels or study materials that are generated for all of them. With all these things, you can again use computer vision and speech AI. So where the speech AI and computer vision fits is you can have lecture accessibility in different transcript manner and transcribed manner. You can have captions, you can have notes, you can have your own community where you can have your own set of content for your own academic atmosphere. Then comes the computer vision part where you can have the biometrics to enhance the campus safety, can monitor the lab activities, and then you can ensure it is academically integrated. So these were the different set of compartments in which you have different levels of applications that we can think of how AI can fit here in the higher education. These are various levels of opportunities that are there in higher education. So with respect to assessment, we have created everything. Now we have to look for the assessment part. So traditionally we have exam-based assessment where we are going to test how the student is actually working on explaining whatever the questions that are given with their own set of understanding and their memory strategies through which they are elaborating the same in the pen and paper technique. But when it comes to AI era, when students are trying to create so many projects and case studies, they simply go to ChatGPT or Gemini or any kind of AI tool or the engine to create their projects, and it is very difficult to understand and find out whether it has been human written or it is generated by an AI engine for that matter. So hence for that, it is actually needed for us to think from both the sides where we can opt for traditional exam based assessments and then we can again opt for this modern authentic assessment where we can have application based learning focusing on how we can enhance their higher order thinking level, making the level of questions that we are generating to be in such a way that it is trying to cultivate learning, analyzing and evaluating based on their own set of understanding on that particular concept. Without that, learning will not be a lifelong process. So with such kind of strategy, it is very proven to make a student ready for the job market, that you can have AI to create your own set of rubrics to evaluate the projects that they have created, that they have developed using AI tool, the portfolios that they have created based on which you can evaluate their own discipline in working on different kinds of projects and case studies. So everywhere we try to focus on academic excellence because object-based education is what is the main destination that we try to focus on for the academic excellence in the higher educational sector especially. So to achieve academic excellence in this particular AI era is how we are going to balance both human intelligence and AI intelligence as well. So it is our sole responsibility as the educator, tutor, or academician, or the researcher or the student, how we are going to responsibly use AI as well as our own set of intelligence for the success of ours as well as for the society. So with respect to human intelligence, we can see that we have mentoring, which is what AI cannot do. We can have a good level of ethical conduct on how we can access their level of understanding, the creativity level of the student, and we can have the rubrics or the pattern through which we are going to judge or evaluate their own set of activities. And in the artificial intelligence part, we have the contents that are generated using AI will be very speed. It is very easy to analyze, can be automated, and the prediction of what it can be done in the next set of questions with the same level of frequency can be predicted easy. So, with the intersection of both human intelligence and artificial intelligence, we can again foster academic excellence as well in the higher education. So, this is what can be the future of academic excellence. So, when that particular academic excellence is achieved by balancing both human intelligence as well as the artificial intelligence, then we can create AI enabled classrooms with teaching assistant AI, agentic AI workflows where we have different automated workflows for research people, admission sections, workflows from various other departments in the higher educational sector. And also we can have a level of custom learning environments that is there adapting to every different individual for their own set of needs. Then comes the intelligent tutoring systems where we can have different levels of curriculum designed for each and every individual. So it is a major future vision, but still it is in our hands as the sole stakeholders of that particular AI system in the higher education. We have to think of how it can be efficiently collaborated with the human society. So in the higher education, as we had seen on various levels of good prompts and bad prompts, we have to think on different kinds of roles and prompting context on different levels, like what you have to do or to create some ready to use prompting templates as the professor to create curriculums, to create your course content or lectures or materials, everything. For that, you have to create some ready to use prompting templates or the toolkit. And as an examiner, you have to think on and create some rubric systems and evaluate them accordingly as the examiner from your point of view. And as a mentor, if you're giving a project to the student, you have to think on a ready to use prompt as a mentor. And again, as well as for OBE, outcome based education, you have to think on some learning outcomes that will be used to create a mapping of course outcomes and program outcomes and then the program specific outcome. As the researcher, you have to think on creating a ready to use plug and play template or the toolkit for literature review and then finding out the identification of gaps in your research and then analyze and evaluate which one is authentic through which you can again proceed with your research work. Then comes the tutor as you have to look from the side of a counselor to support your student, counsel them and give again as the feedback for they want to have an achievement towards that. Like it comes for administrator, if you also need to create something customly, even that also can be created, but you have to think from your thought or the role on what different kinds of templates that you can create as a standard so that it can be applicable for different set of syllabuses, different set of curriculums across the departments in the higher education. So these are some small examples that I have created here that if you need, you can make a note of or just try on the same so that you can find out something interesting for you to adapt in your academy. The first one is acting as an university professor. I would like to create a lesson plan for any kind of topic for the engineering students with the level of learning outcomes, activities, and then the assessment. Next comes the assessment tool. For the given lesson plan, I would like to create a question paper based on Bloom's taxonomy, and I am going to create the answer key and the rubrics. Again, as the outcome-based education expert, I would like to map the course outcomes and the program outcomes for the level of given Bloom's taxonomy, mapping them for a particular set of course and making a justification for each set of mapping. Again, acting as a teaching strategist, I would like to create a 5 different set of classroom activities to teach some important or interesting topic with an active learning methods which is more student centered and engaging. If as a student they want to work on some particular prompts, like as an expert tutor, they want to learn some new technology or something that is they want to learn from the basic, they can give a prompt like act as an expert tutor, explain the particular topic in simple terms for engineering students, and include real life examples and analogies. So if you are preparing for some kind of exams, then for a revision plan, they can create some planning or a tracker that they can use to learn on some particular subject through which they can stick to that particular schedule and learn those key concepts regularly. And if they want to be an examiner and test their own set of knowledge, they can try to create own level of MCQs, short questions for that particular topic, and then by answering them, they can find out their level in understanding that particular topic. And if they want to test them as a tutor to explain the concept, they have to find out how a tutor is going to explain to them and identify the step by step process and guideline to find out the major mistakes as a students they make in understanding them. So next comes the researcher prompt. So if a researcher is wanting to use research prompts for their own use in research criteria, then the first one is act as a research mentor, summarize a recent research that is there in that particular area of research. And then they want to identify the 5 key themes or the gaps that is there in that research topic that they have chosen. Then, as an academic writer, we can try to structure a research paper for that particular topic with a particular format like introduction, methodology, and then the conclusion. That inside comes the data and the methods, but still, this is the generic prompt. Then comes the act as an research expert, identify unexplored research gaps in that particular field and find out a possible set of research questions that can be used along with. At last is the prompt for acting as a research methodology expert to find out different kinds of research methods that will be suitable enough to study that level of problem statements and finding out the different techniques that are there you can be used for qualitative and quantitative analysis of that particular problem statement. So these are different kinds of prompts that I have just come up with using here for different roles like researchers, teachers, and the students. So whatever is the thing, there are so many opportunities that are there with AI. So we have different tools. There are n number of tools that are there in the market to use. And still there are so many AI tools that are there generated for our own needs. But it is our sole responsibility of how we are going to use AI for our own benefits. Whether we are going to use it for the sake of just creation or we are going to use it with the purpose. Whether it is sustainable or it is just created as a source of wasteful content, or whether it is efficient enough and it is ethical and responsible, or it is just created as a namesake content just to base some sort of knowledge. So it is in our hands that how we are going to train that AI brain to come and patch up with our own brain. We are the sole control of that particular AI engine. How we are going to assist AI is what matters in using AI for the purpose of higher education. So it is our responsibility as the educator, student, researcher, academician, anyone who is there as the stakeholder of using AI in the higher education. It is for us to decide how we are going to use AI for our own purpose ethically, responsibly, and sustainable, aligning it for using AI for the academic excellence with outcome based education for the students to become the ready for industry level of demands and needs then and there that is arising every day to day. So with this, I would like to tell that this is what AI is for higher education. There are so many potentials are there with using AI in the higher education, but it is us to find out the level of purpose through acting in different set of roles cautious enough to use it responsibility for our own academic future. So before we wind up the session, I would like to know how you have understood AI from this particular session and before and after the session. So if you could just see this particular screen, use the level of code that is there, go to menti.com and use it so that I can find out how often you are using AI for your own teaching strategies. So due to the time constraint, some people are making it a little bit slower, but still with the level of the responses I have received, it is made clearly visible that they are using AI for content creation as well as for teaching and assessment. So for training, course is redesigned using AI, and for using it for other set of purposes as we have discussed in the session has to be again focused on. So what is your biggest concern of using AI in education, whether it is academic integrity, loss of thinking ability, hallucination, overdependence, or digital divide? The responses are very interesting, but the level of understanding of us towards hallucinations and digital divide is very, very minimal. So we as the educators and from the academic side, we have to focus more on hallucination and digital divide as well. Even though we have a more concern towards overdependence, thinking ability, academic integrity, we have to again focus on hallucination and digital divisions as well. So let me move on to the next one. So how do you use AI prompts for? General. Is it an online prompt, copy paste question, structured prompts, or not using AI for any sort of academic content? Again, it is very interesting that people are trying to use AI with structured prompts, and few have opted for not using AI, but I would suggest them to use AI for achieving more set of benefits in their own academic culture to fasten up their own academic routine. So who is responsible for AI generated academic content? Whether it is AI tool, faculty, student, institution, or shared responsibility. So again, it is very clear that we people as the educator are very responsible persons towards what we are creating using AI, but still we have to focus on how this particular AI tool is going to affect the students as well as the institutions from their own level of academic integrity, biased content, as well as the protection against the privacy. So, if AI can answer exam questions, should exams we changed from the traditional routine to the modern level. So, what is your response to that? Yes, no, partially, or not sure? Some people try to fluctuate between yes and not sure, but it depends upon how we are going to experiment the same, making a balance between both traditional as well as the modern level of assessment rubrics. So, with this final question, I would find that this particular session, after the session, how will you use AI? You will avoid AI, use it cautiously, or use it for teaching or redesign your course. So I hope with this particular session, people from different academia have gained some knowledge on how this AI can be used in higher education with purpose, again, using the same set of framework with efficient, responsible, and ethical system creation for the benefit of students, faculty, administration, and for the whole set of higher educational framework. And over to the people for questions.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lashika Jyoti ma'am, for very highly insightful and thought-provoking session. Your discussions on opportunities offered by artificial intelligence, the challenges institution needs to address, the ethical dimensions that educators must carefully consider, has given all of us a very valuable perspective for the future. The topics like narrow AI, generative AI, super artificial intelligence, super intelligence, then the gap crisis opportunities, etc., were very beneficial. And the last part of the session, the prompts that were discussed were very useful. Due to time constraint, we would not take question answer in this session because we have to move on to the second speaker. We may have a Q&A at the end of this session. So it is again a great pleasure to introduce our second distinguished resource person, Dr. Neha Gupta. Dr. Neha Gupta is an assistant professor at the Amity Institute of Behavioral and Allied Sciences, Amity University, Uttar Pradesh. And Dr. Gupta is a very experienced teacher, researcher, academic resource person, and she has more than a decade of teaching experience and over 33 scholarly publication to her credit. She is also UGC JRF awardee. She holds a PhD in education and is currently pursuing a second PhD in physics, demonstrating her exceptional commitment to interdisciplinary learning and academic excellence. She has achievements. Her achievements includes a gold medal in MEd, university rank holder distinctions, and several notable accomplishments in academic competitions and Olympiads. Her expertise spans a wide range of areas, including educational technology, teacher education, inclusive education, uh, psychological education, assessment and evaluation, AI in education. So Dr. Gupta has actively contributed to academia through research publications, conference presentations, book chapters, invited lectures, faculty development programs, and national mentorship initiatives. She has also served as an associate editor for a reputed academic journal. Today's session focuses on AI tools for teaching, learning, content creation, and student engagement. The topic is highly relevant for all of us, for all educators seeking practical ways to integrate AI into classroom teaching and enhance student learning experiences. We are delighted to have you with us, ma'am. I now invite you to kindly take over the session.
Thank you so much, sir, for the introduction that you have given and also inviting me to deliver my views on the topic that I've already shared. Please confirm, is my screen visible to you?
And yes, ma'am, your screen is
Okay.
visible and you're
All
audible.
right. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. So, the topic which is being given to me for today's deliberation is on AI tools for teaching, learning, content creation, and student engagement. As I was listening to the previous speaker, she has already told and deliberated on everything which is related to AI, being it assessment, being it teaching, learning, being it content creation, or student engagement, because we have already spent few more minutes into the previous session, so I won't go into much detail. I'll quickly come on to the demo session, which will cover a few AI tools that a teacher can use for her teaching, learning, for content creation, and other things. Before going into the demo of the different tools that we can use as a part of our teaching, learning, as a part of our regular exercises, I just want to have the notion of the audience of this particular FDP. How do you think that, what do you think, and why do you think that AI can replace teachers? Do we are all on the same page that AI can replace teacher? Okay. Yes, I have received one answer, which is saying yes, no, can't. It is partially. Okay. So out of three responses, two goes for no, and one response goes for yes. Okay. I think if we have, since we all are teachers here, so everyone will be of the notion no, AI cannot replace teachers. And at this junction, it is very good to say that yes, AI cannot replace teachers. But definitely, AI can replace those teachers who are not using AI up to a good extent. Because nowadays, as in the previous session, you all must be attending it and got to know that AI has everything to do these days. AI can make everything. AI can make your lesson plan. AI can make your worksheet. AI can make and generate XYZ thing that usually we teachers used to search number of things, number of platforms, number of books as well. But apart from everything, AI can only replace those teachers who are not using at a good level. That's it. But AI can never replace the teachers. When we say AI cannot replace the teachers, the question arises then what teachers can do which is better than AI? Also, for all those audience here who are saying that yes, AI can replace teachers, then what is the thing that AI does better than the teachers? I would like to have your answers and your views. We need more of consciousness thinking. Okay. I guess whosoever has written thinking, the meaning behind it is teachers think better than AI. I hope so, and I'm going with this response only. Empathetic teaching, exactly, because AI and generative AI, that the word we are using these days, he or she cannot, teacher cannot rely only on the technology. Teacher cannot rely on AI that he or the attend. Okay, I'm not going with the other messages for feedback form and attendance link. So AI can definitely do something which is better than a teaching style. But apart from that, also we cannot say that AI can replace a teacher. Moving ahead, then the question which is in the of the very much importance these days is what AI can do for us. As needless to say, AI can do n number of things for us these days. Being as a researcher, being as a teacher, because teacher is always a researcher. AI can plan your lesson faster. It can manage your engaging materials. It can give you engaging materials. When we say engaging materials, it may be related to worksheets, quiz, slides, and other things. It can produce and it can give you a differentiated instructional plan. Differentiated instruction plan as in the form of the adaptive things that a student, number of students in a classroom, they may need. For example, few of the students, they are not good at the vision which is 100% as clear as of the other students sitting in the classroom. So AI can help a teacher in a way of managing and creating instructions which can be differentiated from number of people, number of student to student, which have to be different and which have to be in the need of as per the need of that particular child. AI can give us a feedback which is very efficiently and which is very quick. But yes, AI can give us feedback related to the students, but it doesn't mean that we as teachers, we always have to dependent on the feedback given by AI on a particular style, on a particular pattern of a student. Because if we just depend on AI giving a feedback, then we may lack the empathy towards our students. So yes, we have to depend on our on AI for a quick reply, for a quick feedback, but we should not always use this particular thing for giving a very good feedback and reply to our student. Needless to say, it saves our time. It gives a more panorama to focus on everything. It sparks creativity and inquiry. It makes our content very much accessible. If you, in the next section of my this lecture, we will come to know that how content can be made very accessible for all that kind of learners and for all the kind of students sitting in a classroom. And also it supports student health and well-being in terms of their ideas, in terms of their different things that we can use it. So let's come to the demo session of the different AI tools that I'll be demonstrating today. Before going into the any AI tool that we use for making a video, that we can use for making a worksheet, lesson plan, or XYZ things, the only thing which we should have to keep in our mind is the prompt formula. That is why when this AI has come into the notion, the prompt engineering branch has gained momentum like everything. If you are using ChatGPT, I believe everyone sitting here and listening to this lecture, one or the other way, we are using ChatGPT as the most common AI tool these days. So when we are using ChatGPT, we are getting number of responses from it. We are making the best use of, I must say, best use of AI to make our things very accessible and to make our things very easy. But the perfect thing, the perfect reply that we get by feeding something as a part of our AI, it depends on something. And that dependency of any AI tool is on prompt. That is why we go for the perfect prompt formula. Formula as in it may vary from person to person, it may vary from need to need, but if we collate everything, if we collate all the requirement of a teacher, then this is the formula which works as a best tool for using any AI. It says as role plus context plus task plus constraints plus example gives a perfect output. When we talk about perfect output, we have to first define our role. And this is the prompt we may be using in number of AI tool that we'll be demonstrating today. So first, we have to be very clear about the role that we are in. For example, this FDP is for the teachers. We all are teachers here. So the role that we have to specify to any AI is the tool, is the role, sorry. As in, you have to think as a teacher, or you have to perform as a teacher, or you have to imagine yourself as a teacher. Second is context. Context as in which reference are we asking the response from any AI. The task, for example, you have to create worksheet, you have to create lesson plan, you have to create slide, you have to create a full poster or any image. That is the task which goes for prompt formula. Constant are those situations that we do not want AI to include. For example, if I want to create a worksheet, but that worksheet should have five questions. This is just a context. It is a task that I have to create a worksheet. Now, constant may be I have to give those five questions when I can upload, one syllabus, one file to any AI and can ask, you have to make a worksheet out of this out of this syllabus or out of this PDF file. But the constant is I have to make five questions from this topic only. This is a constant that I want AI to be limited to particular thing. Second constant may be I have to make a lesson plan which is on the topic, let's say solar system, which is in for maybe for class 5, class 6. I have to make a slide for solar system, but that slide must look like those planets must look like as a revolving planets or a rotating planets on their own axis. So all those constant we have to take care of. This is just an optional thing. Constant in every case, in every situation, we do not always have few constant. We just have to give a simple prompt, then we can use it. Few examples we can give. For example, if I want an exact thing, if I want an exact uh, any answer, any question, any prompt that I have to give, then we have to exemplify it. Again, from these three, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, apart from these 5 elements, the optional elements are constant and examples. You can go with role, context, and task. This can give you a perfect output. I've simplified this formula in the way of role plus task plus class plus output format. The example of this role says you have to act as a science teacher. This science teacher will be my role. Task is creating a worksheet. Class I have given for class 6. When I have to make a worksheet out of from ChatGPT or from Canva or from any other thing, then I have to give a topic as well, which is my task. Task which will be covered as a form of worksheet as well. So role will be science teacher, task will be worksheet on photosynthesis, class will be class 6. And how do I need this output? I need this output in the form of table format. So the output that I'll receive from this particular formula, from this particular prompt will be much more will be of much more use for me, because this any output I can receive from any AI, but after getting output, I have to invest a good time to make it much more needful for anything that I need. I have to make it. So this is why we have to go for good prompt which can go with this. So these type of prompts we can use in our classroom, in our number of things, in any way. It is not only related to the classroom teaching, it can be related to our professional development as well, and other things exactly. So this is how we can use number of prompt in our day-to-day life for XYZ situation. On the basis of these prompts, on the basis of the things that we have studied and we have discussed about the AI, we can definitely say that earlier teachers, they used to search for content, but today AI can generate content instantly. Yes, when I'm reading the second line, I definitely rely on the fact of the authenticity of the content that is being generated by AI. As teachers, our role is to guide, to evaluate, to humanize, and to inspire learning, because we cannot only dependent on the content being generated by AI, because it may be authentic, it may not be authentic. We have to provide it to our students. When students have to rely on us, we have to give them an authentic information and authentic content. So content is being generated instantly for us as teacher, for them as well, as a student. But to make them understand the authentic information, a good information, we have to guide them, evaluate, humanize, because everything which is generated instantly, everything which is generated online, it is not only as per the need of the students. So we have to humanize it and inspire their learning. So with this, I'll be going to few of the tools that we'll be discussing today. I'm sharing my screen again to take you to few tools that we'll be teaching today. So the very first tool I'll be demonstrating is napkin. This napkin, the very first thing, we have to make a number of things: PPT, slides, worksheets, Excel sheet, and number of things. So if we are generating, if we are
You are in mute, Neha.
Thank you for the message. I hope I am audible now. So, when we are making any PPT, any slide, or any other thing, or making any Excel sheet or any other thing, so the very prime importance of giving a good content to our student is the visibility. because the students nowadays, they don't go for a number of lines to be written there and which they can read, which they can copy, and which they can write it. They just want few things they can have a very quick glance and they can understand it very quickly. So for this, for content creation, we can use this app, which is Napkin. You can go to Google and just write Napkin. You have to log in with your any of the credentials, and something which will be in front of you will be a blank screen. This is a screen I'll be demonstrating you with the very first thing. For whenever you will go to new napkin is the sheet. For example, in Excel, the any blank sheet is known as sheet. Similarly, in napkin, it is the blank sheet on which you can create number of things. So there are number of options on napkin. One is you can paste your text from somewhere else, from your Word, from Google as well, from any other thing. You can describe your own idea. You can import a file as well. Plus, you can also use Napkin to have information from AI, like we use ChatGPT. For example, I'll just click blank napkin. This is a blank napkin. Here, I can give any title to this particular file, to this particular page. I can write, for example, the number of things. For example, we were discussing about the process of photosynthesis. So I'll write process of photosynthesis. In this, I'll just have to paste my content, or I can write the content. This is as per my choice. So if, for example, I'll go to Google, and if I have written photosynthesis, I'm just demonstrating it on the way, like how can we use and how can we paste content from somewhere else on this napkin and can use it. I hope my Google screen is visible to everyone. Anyone, please, can you please confirm? Okay, thank you. So I'll just take this AI overview of photosynthesis, these 4 or 5 lines from Wikipedia, and I'll copy and paste it here. This I have pasted here. Now this this is symbol. This flash symbol will help you out to make you understand and will give you number of options to make this 1, 2, 3, 4, these 4 lines into a good visualization or good graphics. This is how, if you will click here, you will read this message that generate visuals. So as soon as I'll click on visuals, this blue these blue dots are showing that this is generating a visual on the content that I have pasted here. See, this is the content that will be generated as a part of our as a part of our lines that we have pasted. This is a tray wherein you can get number of suggestions, the way you want to make it visualize and easy accessible to your students. You can go with it. For example, this is the first visual that I have selected. You can go with some similar visuals as well. If you want to make it much more informative or much more in the different form, you can go with this. Let's say this is a photosynthesis cycle and I've selected it. So once I'll select it, it will give me different color coding, different color patterns so that I can use it as per my own choice. For example, I've selected this particular cycle. Now the question comes is, do I have to take it as it is to my document or as it is to the slide or PowerPoint presentation? The answer is yes, no, and maybe. Maybe I'm saying for that, if you want to edit it here only, you can do it, then you can paste it. You can save it this screen as it is to your computer system and then can use it for any other purposes. So let's demonstrate here. This is the first option, export visual. This exportation will allow you to save this image as PNG or as JPEG. Any format you can use it and can save it in your computer. You can use few effects here. You can make few color changes here if you want. These are the things that you can use it. The other colors that you can use it, any changes that you want to use, any font sizes, if you want to increase, bold, these are the options which you can get it. You can make any change, for example, by all the elements here. You can select anywhere. This triangle is the cursor here. You can make the changes as per the font size as well and font as well. Now, for example, this is the whole picture I've selected. I have to just export this visual. These are the options. You can save this picture in the form of any format that is available here, or you can just copy it from here. You have to just go here, save as, and save it as image. And also you can copy this image and save it on your Word document or on any of the required place wherein you have to use to teach the students. So this is the napkin wherein you can make it and where you can generate few other visuals by pasting the test, by describing the idea, and by importing a file. Let's go with the file importing. You can drop your file from anywhere. You have to just browse your file and just do it. The only thing is you have to make him this napkin understand that from where you want to use it. Similarly, you can have different thing. For example, this is the earlier content that I had used for generating few visuals from napkin on AI for environmental monitoring. So on that basis, you can generate n number of things. Abhi, as of now, it is being downloaded. The moment it will be downloaded, I'll again show it to you. So after this particular saving and number of things that you have generated as a part of visuals, you can share it. You can few settings, changes in some settings and other things as well. So this is the very first tool that we can use it for generating our content and for generating our visuals. We can save our time in terms of these. This is the tree again. From here, you can move from different things. You can make changes and other things. So we can save our time in making and using PPT, in also pasting using few image formats and slides format while making PPT. Let's move to the second. Sorry, I could not hear. Someone was saying something. Okay. So I'm again sharing my screen and going on to the next tool, which is again of a very good use for teachers. This is Magic School. Magic School, this portal gives you n number of options to be used by a teacher. Few of the options are here. For any online, online thing nowadays, there is a chatbot which is available. For Magic School, it is known as Rana. Rana is a chatbot for your using this Magic School. I hope number of teachers here, they might have used Google Classroom. So the way we use Google Classroom, similar is the sequence and pattern for using Magic School. Like for example, on Google Classroom, we upload number of things and then import and export those things to different students portal. Similar thing we can use here for Magic Student tools. You can create a room for them. You can create a different thing for them so that they can use, you create it and they can use it. You, for example, in the last session, you all were replying to some Mentimeter by just scanning a code and you were answering that particular question. The speaker was reading your answers as a part of the speaker was at the teacher's end and you all were at the student's end. Similarly, the way this is available at this option as well. So what Magic School can give you, these are the options Magic School provides to a teacher. See, endless options are being given here. It is your option, it is your need, and it is your requirement, the way you want to utilize it. So we have to use AI as my topic says, for teaching, learning, content creation, assessment, and engagement. So we have to go for, I'll be going with that particular thing only. Content creation we have done using Napkin. Let's create a worksheet here. This is a worksheet generator. The moment I'll click on worksheet generator, it will give you this kind of screen. Here, Magic School gives you one more option apart from Rana, which is chatbot. It gives you some exemplar as well. Exemplar will help you out to understand which kind of prompts you have to give, which kind of topic you have to give. This is something is being written here as mitosis World War II. Grade level you can choose from any other. It does not only deal with school schools, that is class 12. It can go for university professional stuff and a number of things, because again, I already said it, AI is not only for teachers, it can be used for number of professionals in number of pattern. So let's go for, if for example, I have to make any worksheet for university students, and the topic, I'll go with this only, World War II. Keeping this fact in mind, that it is a good topic for school students, but it is equally good for university student doing BA social sciences or history or n number of things. So it is just, since it is just an example, so I'll be doing it. Topic I have written, World War II. If you want to add any file, for example, I have, as I already told you, that if I have any book or any section, any PDF file, then we can upload it from here. These are the different things. From website as well, you can take it. You just have to exactly define the topic of the text. I have just done it, and just click on generate. For university students, topic is World War II, and it will be giving you a worksheet. Let's see which worksheet is being created here. It is being generated. You can go to few other options. See, it will give you answers as well. Let it generate it completely, then I'll show you how. This is World War II, causes, courses, and consequences. As you might have noticed, I did not upload any file here. If I'll be uploading any file, then maybe these things, this explanation of World War II will not be here. So this is the introduction that you can say here, that World War II, for all about World War II, just in brief, it has given you. This is the worksheet. 5 fill in the blanks. These are the questions. 5 multiple choice questions it has given you. See, for open-ended questions, it has given you answer key of all those types are given here. Now, the very good thing that you may have experienced here is, since we did not write which kind of questions we require to make this worksheet, it has given you every type of question which are suitable to be written in worksheet. For example, fill in the blanks, multiple choice questions, open-ended question. So whatever is your need, you can do it. You can save it, you can get it print as it is with the answers and with the questions as well. You can share it on the platform. Let me have few. Okay, I'll keep these suggestions at the end. So I was looking for a few questions if we have written here. So this is how you can use it. Use the very first option, that is worksheet generator. Let me close it and go to the tools again. Once you will go to the tools again you will get this page from wherever you want to write it. It can write your text as well. It can generate your lesson plan as well. Nowadays, being at a university level or a school level, we are supposed to make number of lesson plans and number of things. So you can go with this. I'll just quickly tell you the options which are available here. Topic, standard, objective, what you would like to have this lesson plan on. Additional criteria, you can write it. Students are in unit about world regions, and also whatever additional criteria that you would like to, you can give it. And standards set to align to, for example, every university has a standard specified format for making a lesson plan. Also, every school has a very standardized format for making a lesson plan. So you can go with that specified standards or a format. So this is how you can make a lesson plan from here. You just need to specify a few things here. Rest, Magic School will do magic for its own. You can have multiple choice assessment, presentation generator, professional email, academic content. So these are all the options which are available at Magic School. Here it is completely AI, because you just have to give the topic like you give to ChatGPT and answer it back. All right. The next tool that I'll be talking about is Canva. I think many of the people present here, they may have used Canva for making posters, for making a number of things, but Canva AI is the best tool again for teachers, which gives you again options to make number of things. For example, what you would, the statement which is being written here is describe your idea and I'll bring it to the life. So whatever you want to generate, you want this Canva AI to generate, it can give you. For example, I had created water cycle PPT using it. So I just wrote make a PPT on water cycle. So this is how it was given. This is the water cycle, the whole generation, the whole picture, the consolidated version. This was given by Canva AI. Water cycle, what is the water cycle? Here you can edit it as well. For example, I want the second page, second slide of the presentation as what is the water cycle. So this is the AI which has been generated, photo, picture. Now I want to edit it. If I want to add few more details, I can write it, add it here as well. So this is the overall thing. Now create a presentation. I just again gave a prompt to it. You have to make a presentation. So this was the presentation given by Canva AI. See, if I have to make it by my own using just MS PowerPoint, I will have to spend few, good half an hour to make this PPT more very engaging and very appealing in its visualization as well. But Canva AI has done this for me. This is the second cycle. I hope you remember the prompt that were given by earlier. What is the water cycle? The key stages of water cycle. This is how you can use it. Number third slide, number 4 slide, 5 slides. So Canva AI you can use. If you want to add few more information, if you want to add few more pages here, then you can always add it for making a PPT. So this is Canva where you are using it for making presentation, and just by giving one topic, that is water cycle. You can edit it. You can make edit its timing as well. Animation that we usually do in our PowerPoint presentations. Position as in where you want to make these clouds, means this screen, this image you can take here, everywhere. This is quite customizable. You can customize it as per your information, as per your requirement as well. Whatever, if you want to overlap some information, some images, some anything or any other arrangement that you would like to do, you can do it here as a part of Canva AI. So you can add few elements as whosoever has used Canva for making posters, they can easily relate it with number of things. Okay. I again and again go to chat box to see if any question is here. Thank you for the compliments that you have given. So let me again go with the thing. So this is how you can go. This is the changes that I have saved. You can save it at any point of time. This is the option. You can go to create new design, upload files, and number of things. Okay. So when we were talking about assessment thing, the other option which is available is Wayground. Earlier, we used to say it as quizzes. So quizzes is now Wayground. Formerly it was quizzes. Now it is a Wayground. Again, you can here make number of things. Few things in the tray box you can see here already available quiz on few topics. Sorry, on few sessions and then topics are available already. If you want to use it, you can make use of it. For example, general knowledge, arts and culture. So topic 1 is general trivia and fun. So it is already available here. Out of these 3 topics, you can again choose anything which is already available in the box of this Wayground. So if you want to make it your own sort of thing, you have to make your worksheet, you want to make a quiz, you want to upload something, then you can directly go to its homepage, create a resource, assessment, presentation, video, passage, and flashcards. Usually flashcards are being used at school level, wherein teachers, they use it and make it. So here, this is the very good thing that I found here as a part of it. Flashcards are the representation in which at one side you will write a question, then on the other side you will get its answer, and it is completely online. Let's see. Here you can paste any content and you can write it. For example, you have to just paste it. You can use it with AI as well, and you can create from scratch. If I have to go create from scratch, this is the thing. See, this is the front box and this is back box. If, for example, I'll write capital of India. Okay, capital of, let's say, I have written India, Uttar Pradesh. This is my first screen, the front screen. And at the back screen, I want to have this, the answer of this capital of Uttar Pradesh, if I've written Lucknow. See, this is a flashcard that I've generated. If I save this flashcard, this is the flashcard which is being saved. Now I want to have a preview of it. This is here I'll click on preview flashcard. If I'll share this link to you, like you were answering there on Mentimeter, this will be a participant's view. This you will get it, capital of Uttar Pradesh as a question. Once you will flip it, you will get it answer. So I created by my own. I did not use AI. So this was the option when I use it as start from. I was here only create a resource and I was getting flashcard. So I did not use this Gen AI option. I just created by scratch. Anything you can write it. For example, I can write topic. For Abhi, I was talking about solar system. Let's say the other topic is democracy. Number of flashcard, automatic 10, 15, 20, 30. Automatic is 5 if I want to go with 10. Subject and grade, for example, it is for social science. So I'll go with, if it is here, world language, science, physics, chemistry, biology, social studies, university students के लिए I'll just have to go with continue. The AI limit is 1 by 10 per month. That is, you can generate 10 flashcards. This is how it will go with. Select up to 10 subtopics. What do you want this flashcard to include? Important dates, definition, prose, major figures, whatever you can use it. You all can select all these things. This is the outline of it. Flashcard 1 will have front this, back this, front this, back this, and all. So if you can, you want view regeneration, you can do it here. You can continue to editor and we'll have this particular flashcards. Now let's preview with them. This is the democracy, the answer we have written, then flip. This was the first, second, third. This is the participant view. And once you will flip it, you will have it answer. So now this you can use it again for assessment. This can be used for teaching as well. This can be used for your content creation as well. So this is quizzes that we have used. And apart from the sorry, I have published it. Apart from it, you can use it for a number of things. You can use it for assessment as well, presentations, video, and any other thing. A very quick demo I'll give you for creating video. For very short video, if you want to create on any topic, you can go to InVideo, invideo.ai. Here, though this is not a free version, this is not a free tool. It has only few subscriptions available. You can give only 1 or 2 commands in just one day. So I won't recommend it, but yes, if you can take this as a subscription, you can definitely go with this InVideo.ai, in which you can make your own script. You can ask AI to make a script for you. For example, it can create AI shorts for you, product ads, use my script as well. So here, this video, though you can generate it from here as well, questions at key points in the video. Let's use it. Use any YouTube video and add questions or upload any video. Here you can make your own video and then at few particular point. For example, here as of now we made democracy flashcards. So on that flashcard, if there is a video you have already made it by an XYZ tools, your own video in which you are speaking and you are getting visualized there, and you want to add few questions at particular point. For example, after discussing what is democracy, you want to add it. So you can upload your video here. You can use your any available YouTube video and add questions at any particular time, at any particular point, so that you can assess what a student is learning, or is he or she is watching this video or not. For example, for this maths quiz, if you want to trim it, you can trim it. Here, at what particular point of time you want to add some question. So this is this is a very short video on math quiz. If you want to add here, you can trim it here. Wherever you want to add, you can add here and just write the question there and then proceed. So this is how you can generate a video which is already available on YouTube, and also which you have already made it and use it. So this is how you can use Wayground for a number of things. You can make a video from Magic School as well. But if you want to go with just one or two exemplar video, then you can come here for InVideo to make few short video or few shorts that you get on YouTube or any other thing. So very quickly, I tried to give you a consolidated version of number of things which I would like to have you as a part of, the teaching learning tools and creations, and also for student engagement for assessment. So I hope with the time which was given to me, I did a justice to my topic. And yes, few of you were asking the question. The student will also get the flip option to see the answer. Okay, there is a statement here. I guess it is related to generation of flashcard from thing that we have discussed. But a student will also get the flip option to see the answer. So students can see the answer. Do we have option to hide options? So that a student can opt first the question. Okay, Dr. Vishali, this is the concern here at Wayground. When I started talking about Wayground, I told you if the way you have used, Google Classroom, the same way we use Magic School and quizzes. For example, in Mentimeter, the answers or the options, though the Mentimeter was used in the previous session for getting your, views as a poll, but we can use Mentimeter as a part of quiz as well. For example, full form of WHO. I can give you this QR code. You can scan it. The moment you will scan this QR code, you will get this question, full form of WHO. So the answer that me as a creator will be writing here is World Health Organization. It will be available to you only once you have replied. The same way it works for the Wayground. If you as a participant, you will have to just first answer it. Then I have to make it as a setting. Answer will be available or will be visible to the students once they have answered it. So this is how you can control it. Okay. Can Canva AI generate subject-specific diagrams for? Yes, of course, Dr. Mr. Patel. Yes, it is specific. Canva AI is, though I must say, all the tools that we have discussed today, it is nowhere it is written or nowhere it is in the practice that it is only for his science courses or social sciences or for a school or for university. These tools are open and a very comprehensive version of everything. You can use it for any domain, you can use it for any specific subject, any specific topic. So definitely you can use it for engineering as well. Basically, we need to actually work on it for our domain, then have a query. Okay. Rest, thank you very much, whosoever has given compliments and the thing. Okay, Dr. Meeta has written, will it accept handwritten notes to create worksheet? I guess this creating worksheet, the question is for all the tools that we have discussed. Yes, for handwritten notes, you just have to click the image, a picture from your phone, upload it as an image, and it will take that as well for creating any worksheet. And also, since you have asked it, nowadays, once you will go to your Google Chrome camera, you just have to, place it on a handwritten sheet. That handwritten sheet can again be converted into a online soft copy of the written text. So the same thing, you can use it there. It is your view how you can use it. One question is, my thesis topic is the effect of 2D animation video on engagement of students in higher education. Can I use the AI for my thesis and how to use this AI? Definitely you can use AI for a number of things. You can use, though the topic was for teaching learning. Earlier, there was a session on research as well using AI. AI can be used for, again, it is not only for teachers, it is for everyone. It is for researchers as well. Number of options, number of tools are available for researchers. So you can use it, but since you are doing your PhD, I would say using it ethically and using it very authentically is very much important for you as a researcher. At .ted.com is also having the provision for YouTube based quiz. Can you please tell if it is the same? As no, they are, the procedure may be same, the application may be same, but they are two different tools. Napkin is open source. It is open source for few number of trials. You can use it a number of time, but if you want few more options, giving you a number of again things, then you have to take a subscription. All right, so I think I have covered the questions as well. Thank you very much, sir, for again inviting me here, and also for the wonderful audience for giving number of questions to me to answer. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. It was excellent and a very critical session. The tools, techniques, the strategies shared by you today have really provided very valuable guidance on how educators can effectively utilize artificial intelligence to enhance teaching effectiveness, content development, engagement, learning engagement, and overall educational quality. I'm sure participants will greatly benefit from the practical applications and examples discussed during the session. Uh, the question ma'am has already taken. So due to time constraint, let us please wind up. Well, just for information, these all these sessions are being recorded and will be available to all participants who post the once the FDP is over after day 5. We'll be sharing the certificate and all the PPTs as well as the recording of the sessions will be there. Since these are very useful sessions being carried out by our expert speakers, we will be needing it later on to revise it and make full use of it. So it will be available. As we now come to the end of today's proceedings, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to both our esteemed resource person, Dr. Jyoti ma'am, for the first session, and now Dr. Neha Gupta ma'am for sharing their expertise, experiences, and valuable insights with all of us. I sincerely thank all participants for a very active involvement that is required because once we start interacting, it becomes more useful. I would also like to acknowledge the efforts of the AMI Association, the team, the organizing team, the session coordinators, the volunteers, the technical support team for ensuring the smooth conduct of today's program. And while we were conducting the session, our team, the backend team, were creating the behind the scene videos, and we'll be sharing it in the group. It is very interesting. So I hope today's discussion have inspired all of us to explore innovative ways of integrating artificial intelligence into teaching learning processes while also maintaining ethical responsibility, as ma'am has said in her session, and educational excellence. Thank you all for your valuable presence and participation. Look forward to meeting you again tomorrow for another exciting day of learning and knowledge sharing. Stay safe, stay inspired, and keep learning. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead. Dr. Amit Junaid Ahmed signing off. Thank you.